Well, mixed reactions have followed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's unveiling of the 30-day National Youth Confab in Abuja. While the Executive Director of Yaga Africa, Samson Itodo, wants the federal government to guard against a possible hijack of the Confab by politicians, the renewed Hope Diaspora Policy Forum received the news with enthusiasm and excitement. The forum expects that recommendations from the Confab will be implemented. It believes this will engender economic growth and capacity development, especially of the youth. Emphasizing the crucial role youths play, the president tasked them to seize this chance to redefine the fortunes of youths across the federation and to prioritize discussions on technology and agriculture to achieve food sovereignty for the nation. Well, Ayodeji Bakare, Director of Renewed Hope Diaspora Policy Forum, joins us live from our Lagos studio to look at issues arising from the proposed youth confab. Glad to have you join us on Newsnight, Ayodeji.
Yes, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you? Well, you received this news with excitement and enthusiasm, even though it's coming 5 months after the idea was first mooted by the president in his broadcast. Do you honestly think that this will facilitate youth inclusiveness, give credence to your role as nation builders?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I want to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for conjuring this beautiful idea of bringing youth to the fore in determining the fortunes of Nigeria. Also, I'd like to thank the Honorable Minister, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, and the son of the President, Sheyi Tinubu, for anchoring this program and all other stakeholders involved. Yes, I see inclusivity, I see inclusiveness in this particular program. It is time for the youth to take the bull by its horn, and we have a president that is giving a rallying cry to the youth of Nigeria, since we are about 60% of the total population, and saying, hey, come, let us take this country to the next level. Now, when I mean taking this country to the next level, I mean from an economic growth standpoint and from a human capacity development standpoint.
All right. One of the members of the committee, the ED of Yaga Africa, Samson Itodo, says the confab will be segmented into virtual consultations, regional meetings, with youths converging in Abuja for a one-week conference. Talk to us about this.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We know that the population of the youth in Nigeria is 60%, and you cannot have all of the 60% of Nigerians in one room. So yes, there will be virtual conferences, there will be regional town hall meetings, and there will be a final one-week convergence of key stakeholders to discuss what were the recommendations and how do we push forth all of these beautiful recommendations and suggestions. Remember, the whole idea of this project and or event is to get the goals that are going to align with the SMART principle, meaning specificity, being measured, being actionable, being relevant, and being time-focused. So it's been broken down into bits and pieces for effectiveness and efficiency. And that is why you see it being broken down in that manner.
Fear in some quarters that this could be politically hijacked. How are you going to guard against this? Or do you have such fears yourself as well?
No, absolutely not. Because this particular program and or project has no partisan coloration. It is a rallying cry and a rallying call for all youths in Nigeria. Different political parties have different ideologies. This is the melting point. There are some political parties that are capitalist in nature. There are some that are capital socialist in nature. There are some that are socialist in nature. There are some that are welfarist in nature. Now you bring all of these ideologies together to bring forth long-lasting solutions, short-term solutions and long-term solutions. And again, There is not going to be political hijacking whatsoever. It is not about the ruling party. It is about all Nigerians. After all, there are some Nigerians that have no political affiliation, and we want them to also get involved in this program.
All right,
Thank you.
let me quote the president. Look at me in the face, tell me why you think it is wrong. The situation on ground in the country, especially the high cost of living and the economy, does not inspire so many of the youths out there. Will the committee would be bold enough to challenge the president, look him in the face and tell him how things really are?
Well, thank you very much for that question. We have to shy away from populism, and that is where effective communication comes into play. We all have a role to educate some of our colleagues that may not have the full knowledge, the full wisdom, and the full understanding of the goings-on. Like you rightfully said, the president said, look me in the eyes, tell me where we can fix some certain problems. Now, look at the two main policies that the federal government reenacted, which is the removal of fuel subsidy and the liberalization of the naira. Now, those kind of policies are very, very critical to the longevity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But how many people really and truly understand why things are the way they are? Yes, there are challenges, but I don't see challenges, I see opportunities. Now you can look at the way the economy is running. According to Bloomberg, it says the Nigerian economy is now very, very competitive. Yes, there are going to be hiccups around the way when you have an economy in the past that is import dependent and has low productivity compared relative to the average productivity per hour in a dollar classification. So now is the time for all of the youth to come together to understand what the critical issues are, because this is a platform, like we rightfully said, there are going to be virtual conferences, there are going to be town hall meetings. And when you have all of this, it is going to be communication, communication, and communication. Because a lot of people will say, we are not being carried along. Now, this is an opportunity to be carried along. This is an opportunity for every youth to come out and speak and say, this is what I'm going through. This is where the shoe is hurting me. And we will be able to explain why things are the way they are and the path forward. There's a call for education. There's a call for technology, value creation, and value addition. If we do not have these values, if we do not create these opportunities, then it might take a longer time for us to get to El Dorado.
Says this is an opportunity, a chance for the youths to redefine the fortunes of youths across the Federation. The question will be, are the youths ready to latch onto this opportunity and do what the president is asking? And then take this question along. Among the planning committee are representatives of the World Bank. What role would they be playing?
Well, with the first question, I think I'm for a fact that as regards the World Bank situation, the World Bank is going to serve, to the best of my understanding, as a guide also, because it's going to be like a yardstick for comparison. When you're looking at the GDP, you're looking at the PPP, you're looking at interest rates, you're looking at mortality rates, fertility rates, and the likes. We use the World Bank as a form of a feedback. So whatever macro and micro opportunities that we're looking out for, I think that we will use the World Bank as a yardstick for comparison. Now, as regards the youths themselves, yes, the youths are going to grab and grasp the opportunity. The Nigerian youth is resourceful. The Nigerian youth is energetic. The Nigerian youth is resilient. The Nigerian youth has wisdom, is knowledgeable, and has a clear understanding of the situations going on. And as such, they are going to grab this opportunity. Because opportunities like this, I wouldn't say comes once in a lifetime or once in a generation, but this is an opportunity to bypass all of the different bureaucracies. All eyes are going to be on the Confab. We want all the youth of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to come in and share and lend their voice. Yes, the Nigerian youth is awakened because the Nigerian youth also is becoming more politically aligned and also joining pressure groups. And that is one of the advocacy that's going to come out of this confab. If you do not have a political party, join a political party. Go and join a pressure group. This is how you are going to get seriously involved in the day-to-day runnings of Nigeria. Thank you.
Ayodeji Bakare, Director of Renewed Hope Diaspora Policy Forum. One can only wish you and your ilk, the youths, the best. Thank you for being on the program.